It's just barely.
So what are you most excited about the show, your role?
You know what? One of the things was just personal. I'm just excited about starting a show from scratch with a new group of people and building, kind of being part of the family, and just as an actor, you just kind of sort of hanker for some continuity and creating a character over time and telling a story over time and not just kind of like popping into a show or two. So that's it's that. It's like building a character.
Great cast too, like a great team.
So it's so secretive. It's so secretive about what's going on. Does that affect your ability? And I know you've been on shows where it's been secretive, like damages, things like that, where you don't know what's coming next. But does that make it difficult for you as an actor to fulfill what you have to do?
On the one hand, I guess Damages was kind of great because they told me about 3 episodes in what was the kind of general arc of where it was headed. Okay. They didn't know how long it would take to tell the story or how exactly how it would go. But I definitely started not knowing any of that, and then from a certain point did know kind of at least where it was going to go. But as an audience member, I also know you can watch something, and as long as something's going on between people, and there's some interaction that's intriguing, you don't necessarily have to know as an actor what that's about. They can be feeding stuff in from down the line. Sometimes it's better not to know that you're guilty and therefore not even remotely playing guilty of something that's happening. So I don't always mind not knowing that kind of thing. I think they'll be very open to, at least if you really need to know something to get through a scene, answering any questions we might have in terms of that. I don't mind not knowing the overall in the moment, because even in the next 2 episodes, there's such a very sort of, there's a lot of clarity in the scenes themselves and what's going on, and the power games that are being played out. And that's enough to go on.
Let me go to the follow-up question. We talked a little about Damages. You have the Glenn Close character that, is so compelling, a great actress. But you also have a great ensemble here in the event. Is there any one actor that you were looking forward to meeting or working with of this cast?
It is a great group of people, and I knew Laura, and I did a play years ago. She's the only one I actually knew, and Sarah's work I've seen lots. And I kind of didn't know names, but I've seen them all over, a lot of shows over the years. I think Jason is kind of maybe one of their best casting decisions, because the story for an audience on a very specific level, I think will work on like what pulls an audience in, and his character. And this man who's kind of like completely thrown into a situation that he has no control over is one of the things that I like as an audience member. Like what pulls you into the storyline, and I think he's a great choice for that. So kind of like vulnerable and engaging that for an audience, I think that would be a big step into the story.
Definitely root for him.
Sorry?
You definitely root for him.
Yeah, you do. And you don't want him to get hurt. You want to find out what the hell's going on.
Do they tell you a lot about, or they tell you like backstory, so you can grab some like motivation for where you are right now?
We talked about some backstory stuff, and obviously as they're going along, stuff gets kind of fed in as they make more and more choices about what's going on. So yeah, there's some of that, but mostly I've been happy that the scenes themselves have a really sort of clear dynamic and a give and take, and kind of what they're trying to get from people and hide from people. That's been plenty to go on.
You talked about some of the different things about the show. Was there one aspect going into it that you were like, when you saw it, heard about it, that you were like, I want to do this?
I don't know if there was one thing. It was just a good mix. I was excited sort of reading through it. It kept me kind of on the edge of my seat, sort of reading through, not knowing where it was headed, and I got caught up in the characters along the way. So, I don't know if there's one element. It's just what I want to see. What kind of story what I want to see, what I want to watch this, and what I get intrigued by this, and it pulled me in. So I just hope we have some taste that other people will feel the same. So,
do you get a chance to watch much TV yourself?
I do watch quite a bit, actually, yeah. I usually try to check out all new shows that come along, and then there's certain things I've stayed with over the years for a long time.
What are what are some of those shows that you've?
True Blood, Mad Men. Nurse Jackie. I stayed 13 and 15 years in ER. I was there from beginning to end. Stayed with Lost from beginning to end. It's a mix of stuff, you know. Sometimes it seems that things that are just kind of very story driven, and sometimes things that are completely character driven. Like Mad Men, Damages, I will watch till the end of my time because I love the show. For the same reasons, because again, you're taking kind of ordinary people and pushing them against the edge and seeing who behaves badly and who behaves well and who does better. That's the kind of thing that I respond to.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks.